Welcome back to Sparkle and Shine, your go-to podcast for expert tips and tricks from JP Carpet Cleaning Expert Floor Care. I'm your host, Layla, and today I need to start off by apologizing. I made a mistake last week and accidentally uploaded the same episode from episode 8. So I have to go through and fix that, which I will. It's just taking me a little bit of time. So thank you so much for your patience. I'll let you know as soon as I have that last week's episode re-updated. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, today I want to talk to you about area rugs. Area rugs are the free-floating rugs that you put on, the free-floating carpets that you lay out on your floors. They can go over tile, you can even put them over carpet, wood, so on and so forth. There's all types of rugs, and they're incredibly customizable for your space, or rather, they help customize your space to your taste. Now, some of these rugs are handmade, some are machine made, but truthfully, caring for your rugs is a full-time job. Caring for your home in general is a full-time job. My folks used to joke that taking care of their house was harder than taking care of us kids. As at 18, we get a job and move away and take care of ourselves, but the house always needs them. So, there's always something that needs to get done. But when it comes to area rugs, especially those area rugs that have been beautifully occupying your living room for the last decade, or that statement rug that everyone loves, there are actually quite a few things that you can do that are relatively easy to take care of your area rug. And, if you take care of it properly, it can help prolong your life, the life of your rug for years to come. So I have 5 tips for you today. The first one is vacuuming. The next is spills and different types of spills. And then using a rug pad. And I go a little bit into detail in all of them. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay. So like I said, the first trick, vacuuming. Vacuuming is an important step when it comes to taking care of your floors in general. When it comes to carpet, you need to vacuum. Tile, you need to vacuum. For wood floor, especially, vacuuming is important because the dust, the dirt, the grit, the sand, whatever you name it, it gets stuck on your feet, and as you walk, you're wearing out your floors. So vacuuming is one of the most important ways to remove that stuff off of your floor. It is also the most important area rug cleaning tip that we have. An area rug is meant to be shown off and stand out, and as such, it's usually placed where people will be stepping on it, sitting on it, congregating around it. And when there aren't guests on the rug, it's going to collect dust while it's not in use. Every day it'll collect dust, and the dust particles weigh heavier and sink deeper into the fibers of your area rug. And every time you walk over it, you're pushing those dust particles down. And those dust particles and allergens mixed with foot traffic can affect the look and condition of your rug. So say you have this beautiful silver rug that you've laid out in your home. It is an accent piece. It's gorgeous. It matches everything. You love it so much. And the first week, it's beautiful. The second week, it looks great. By the third, fourth week, you've had a party, you've got kids running around, you've got pets. Your beautiful white fibers start to look a little dingy. They start to look a little dull. Well, an area rug needs to be vacuumed at least once a week. This vacuuming will help lift up a lot of that dust, and it'll keep the fibers plush. Here are a couple of things to keep in mind while you're vacuuming an area rug, especially considering that there are so many different types of rugs with various different types of features. So if your rug has fringe, you need to be very careful about how you vacuum the fringe. Fringe has a tendency to get caught and wrapped around the vacuum roller, and it can tear or it can damage the vacuum. So when you're vacuuming fringe, always go sideways against the fringe in the opposite direction of the fringe, as this will hinder it from getting wrapped around the roller. Long fibrous rugs need to be vacuumed like this as well, vacuumed very, very carefully, or leave it to the professionals to manage. And then every 6 months or so, we recommend that you flip the rug over and actually vacuum the back of the rug, as well as where the rug has been sitting on the floor. You might remember, or you might think back to old movies or TV shows where someone will take the rug outside and smack it. Well, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to reduce or get rid of the dust that's trapped inside the fibers. So in the same way, if you flip the rug over and vacuum the bottom, you'll help to get a lot of that out. And when you flip the rug over to vacuum it, make sure you rotate it when you put it back so it doesn't get overused in one area. Regular wear in one space will cause the fibers to get damaged, to layer down, to mat down, if you will. And if you use the same space over and over and over again, no matter how much vacuuming or cleaning you do, sometimes it can be difficult to bring life back to those fibers. Okay, so the next tip: clean spills as soon as they happen. Now, again, this might seem like a no-brainer. Of course you're going to take care of that spill, or, alternatively, you might not even allow food or water near your beautiful rugs. But let's be honest. As much as you tell yourself that you won't spill anything on your area rug, or that no one else will eat on or carry food over your rugs, sooner or later, something will get spilled. I mean, a lot of rugs these days are made to be more spill resistant, but if you have an older area rug or antique rugs, handmade rugs, so on and so forth, you're gonna want to take care of those spills as soon as they happen. And depending on the type of there are different methods in how you would take care of them. So recall I mentioned that these are for spills when they happen. It's always recommended to call a professional to aid in removing the stain, regardless of what kind of stain it is or how clean you've gotten it. So first things first, water. It isn't the end of the world if you spill water on your rug, but you are going to want to blot it up as much as possible so that you don't soak to the bottom or to the other side of the carpet and damage the floor underneath. And sometimes if you've got high pile rugs, that water takes a longer time to dry, which might eventually cause mold. And if the water has ended up under your rug, that can also cause mold. So using a white cloth or towel is your best option, as the white will ensure you're not rubbing any dye into the rug. And if you feel the need, you can use you can air dry it using a fan on low heat or a hair dryer on low heat. If you are using a hair dryer, don't hold it too close to the rug or you might burn it. If you have a cold setting, that would be preferable. So other kinds of drinks. Other kinds of drinks include wine, pomegranate juice, soda, tea, coffee. All of these things can get spilled, and all of them need to be treated differently. If you spill red wine, you can reduce it with white wine. If you spill coffee, it's a hot drink, so you want to use hot water to keep the fluids, the fibers open, so you can extract the fluid. Similarly with tea. If you spill soda or other kinds of products like that, juice, we recommend using baking soda to pull up as much of that liquid as possible. If you have a wet vac, a shop vac, a wet dry vacuum, however you want to refer to it, that is also an incredibly useful tool to managing pulling up those stains and those spills as quickly as possible and really getting as much of the liquid out as you can. You might also consider using a gentle organic spot remover or make your own spot removing solution. Those can sometimes help to lift some of the colors, but be very, very careful with them and don't overuse them. The other thing is to always make sure you extract whatever solution you put into the rug. With stains and spills of the cold variety, you would use cold water, gently massage the area until the stain comes out, and then again, extract with your wet vac. When it comes to food, if you're able to pick up the food, please do so. If it's like mustard or something that is a little bit more or less solid, don't pound the rug. Don't blot that. It will just smash the food particles deeper into the surface. Using a spoon, carefully scrape those things out and then perform the same actions of using water to keep the stain loose so that you can extract as much as possible. The other kind of spill that you might deal with is pet urine or vomit. Both of them are very difficult to get out of rugs, especially by yourself. Pet urine is especially hard to get out of things like fabrics and fibers. The urea and the chemicals within the pet urine just really burns through things. So extracting as soon as possible and neutralizing is also very helpful. You could try a solution of vinegar or a solution that has vinegar to neutralize whatever smell is left over. For vomit, again, different story. The bile in stomach acid will burn through things, even though it is less corrosive once it's reached oxygen. Regardless of that, the stomach acid will still melt and burn fibers of fabric. So cleaning up that as much as possible is crucial. Again, bringing in a professional for these kinds of jobs, for specifically these stains, would have a higher probability of saving the rug. And then our last tip, rug pads. A rug pad is simply a pad that you put underneath your area rug. It prevents the rug from slipping and sliding all over the floor. It'll hold the rug in place, which can help to prevent wrinkles or crumpled areas, which can eventually damage the rug. If you've got cats like mine that love playing with the edges of the carpets, a rug pad can help keep that stuff down as well. The rug pad also can help to preserve the shape of the rug. It acts as a cushion underneath the rug and helps the fibers and overall integrity stay truer to shape. If the area rug sits on carpet, tile, hardwood, whatever your other flooring is, a rug pad underneath is a important investment. Now, there's a lot of different rug pads on the market. The one we recommend is one that has felt on top and rubber on the bottom. This way, the carpet is tensioned on the fabric and the rubber is tensioned to the floor, so nothing is getting damaged in between. There are other options available. There's waffle pad. There's the waffle style rug pads, which are available at most retailers. We do suggest being careful with those, as heat can sometimes cause those to melt and leave marks on the floors after you pick them up. The other option is carpet tape. Again, this can work for some flooring, but recall you're using something sticky to keep it down. If you ever want to remove that tape, you're going to be leaving sticky residue on your rug. It is just the way it works. So when you are choosing a rug pad, make sure you choose what works best for you and what makes the most sense for your needs. Okay, so I know I said 5 tricks. I feel like that was really 3 with just a lot of detail inside. So the 3 that I covered was vacuuming first, cleaning spills as soon as they happen, and using a rug pad. With these in mind, as much as you follow through with them, you will definitely help to prolong the life of your rug and reduce the amount of professional cleaning you might need. That said, no matter how well you care for your rug, it's gonna need deep cleaning eventually. The thing about deep cleaning is that it's better if you do it regularly. And doing it on a regular basis, you're cleaning and protecting. Professional companies have the ability to deodorize, to Scotch guard, do things to protect your rug and prolong your investment. These are simply things that are just not available to consumers. So we absolutely recommend always professional cleaning is your number one way to manage and maintain your area rugs. But here's some things that you can do in between your professional cleanings to keep your rug looking as beautiful as possible. Okay, so that is all I have for you today. We talked about quite a few things, and please, re-listen as much as you need to in order to take notes and do whatever you need. And with all that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Sparkle and Shine. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. And if you've got any questions or have any topics in mind that you'd like me to discuss or go into more detail, please let me know on any of our socials. I'm happy to talk about all of the questions you may have. And as usual, don't forget to tune in next week for more expert advice from JP Carpet Cleaning Expert Floor Care. I'm Layla, wishing you a sparkling clean home. Until next time, keep shining.